Wanda, a very serious situation and dangerous one forced an entire street into lockdown, and all Kenton schools are not letting anyone in or out. This all happened after police say a man set a house on fire during an apparent domestic dispute. I'm Teresa Weekly. This situation is still unfolding as we speak, and it's all happening on Freeze Road, again in the town of Tonawanda. We go live now to News 4's Anthony Conji and Lou Raguse on the scene following this for us. What can you tell us right now?
Well, Teresa, this is still a very active scene. You can see behind me firefighters and police are still here this morning after what's been a very tense morning here in the town of Tonawanda. Police say around 9:15 this morning, a woman called 911 saying her boyfriend, who police have identified as Joe Hollywood, was threatening her with a gun and set the home on fire. When police and fire crews arrived on the scene, town of Tonawanda police say they did hear gunshots coming from the home. And because of that, firefighters and police stayed away and let the fire burn, not knowing if Hollywood was still armed. Now, neighbors were told to stay inside. Schools in the area, as you mentioned, went into lockdown. Now, Hollywood is believed to be dead, but for firefighters and police officers, staying back and away from the scene was really their only option.
From the initial call, it sounded as if he was just determined to die today, one way or another. Gave her that indication and gave her an opportunity to leave the home is what it sounded like. It becomes really unpredictable when you have someone who is in this particular mental state where they are just determined to die, so they have nothing to lose. So the potential scenarios are numerous, and the threat to officer safety, firefighter safety, to resident safety, percentage goes up dramatically higher. So yeah, certainly a lot for the officers to be concerned with.
Hollywood is believed to still be inside the home. Officers were hoping he would come outside. That wasn't the case. They did set up a perimeter just in case. I'm joined now by News 4's Lou Raguse. And Lou, you found out this is not the first time that Hollywood has had a situation with police.
That's right. Tonawanda police have dealt with Hollywood 18 times. Wow. 18 times. And that's just since their most recent dispatch system was installed. So the number could be even higher. That's just in the last few years. So they knew exactly who they were dealing with when they got this call today. Now, the good news, though, from police is that no one else apparently was hurt. When they have an individual like this who they deal with on such a frequent basis and they believe may have mental issues, the big relief for them is that if he did end up killing himself today, that he didn't take anyone with him, and it appears that no one else was harmed. Now, police told neighbors to stay in their homes just in case he left his home. They wouldn't want any run-ins with him, and they very carefully attacked that fire, as you mentioned. Again, they never had contact with Joe Hollywood. They attempted to contact him, but they never spoke with him. First responders say that they did hear gunshots as they approached the house. Now let's take a listen to what some witnesses say they saw.
The police showed up. The house was on fire. He came right to the truck and told us all to get in the yard. They all had guns drawn. There was probably 20 cops at least, if not more.
Had to be kind of crazy, though. I mean, seeing that in Tonawanda.
Oh yeah. Haven't seen nothing like this go on around here.
And as you mentioned, Anthony, they're still fighting the fire right now. I asked if any of the nearby homes were in danger of catching fire, and they said despite having to be so careful in fighting this fire, they were able to protect the nearby homes and put some water on the home that's burning as well. So as of right now, none of the other homes were caught fire in this incident. Neighbors were told to stay in their homes. They weren't told to evacuate. And as you mentioned, the schools in the Kenton district were all told not to let anyone come or go. So that's another situation we'll be monitoring and let everyone know when there's an update to that as well.
Yeah, for those who know the area here, the Kenmore East High School is not too far away. They went immediately into lockdown, not knowing really what was going on with Hollywood in this very potentially active shooting scenario. As you mentioned, the Kenton School District did put out a release saying that all schools were not going to let anyone inside or outside. We don't know yet if that has been lifted, but it is still a very active scene here. Still a lot of fire trucks and police officers down the road from us where we're at.
One other thing to mention, Anthony, I was told that his name is Joseph Hollywood. That's the name that police have for him. He may go by another name, or he may have a different name that he was a different birth name, but the name in their system is Joseph Hollywood, and that's what a lot of people around here know him as.
And his girlfriend did get out of the home. She was able to call police, so as far as we know, he was the only person inside. Again, he is believed to be dead inside that home.
Yep, they haven't been able to get inside yet, but as soon as they can confirm that there's a body in the house, we'll let everyone know. They do not believe that he made it out of that home.
All right, we will be staying out here monitoring the situation, and we will bring you any developments here on News 4. Teresa, we'll send it back to you.